Canyon Brook RV Park, right off Interstate 40 in Hinton, Oklahoma. It's no frills, but it's full hookups. It does have laundry service. There is a pool table. There is a fallout shelter for tornadoes. Hopefully we will never have to use that. And there's about 28 sites, and they all have water, electric, and sewer. There is a gravel road coming in that gets dusty when it's dry and muddy when it's wet, but it's pretty smooth, really. And it's $30 a night. That's it. So it's a great place to lay up. We're close to the highway, but as you can see and hear, you know, you're not bothered by the traffic.
So this is our view from our campground. We have some longhorns over there. And lots of cows, lots of babies.
And Hinton, Oklahoma has a couple of small casinos that are very nice. And there's restaurants around. There's a Love's at Hinton. So if we're passing through again, we'll stop. Not a problem. And it's the honor system. You leave the cash or a check for the stay in a drop box in the office area. I have yet to have seen the manager, but I have talked to him a couple times on the phone. Not bad.
There we are. It's very small, but it's got full hookups. And even though the highway's there, it's not that bad. Great views. It's been a nice stay for a couple of days. At the campground we're at, we have a vending machine that has sodas and snacks, pool table, a couple of loungers, and here's the laundry. It's a little rustic, but yes, we're in Oklahoma. It's everything you need if you don't want to have to shower in your camper. Pretty big shower. And how do you know that you are camping in Tornado Alley in Oklahoma? You have a tornado shelter right next to your camper. Yeah. Overall, we have a really nice campsite. Yeah, it's rained a couple of days, but that's okay. We have a nice pad, and it's long enough to where Ron can park in the back and still have room and grass for Oliver. There was a couple of issues of people before us not picking up after their pet. Other than that, it's been a great stay.
Okay, so let's see if I can get the screws out. So that's what that piece looks like. There's a screw here and a screw here and a spider, dead spider it looks like. Cool. All right, so let's see if we can see this thing. There it is right there. That's a check valve, backflow preventer / vacuum breaker that doesn't allow the pipe that goes out to your black tank, which is on this side. This is the one that goes to the black tank flush. And then the water from the Nautilus comes in the bottom here. So the whole idea is the water can't get back from the black tank into the water system. This prevents that. But this is leaking. So I got to figure it out. More to come. So to back into this story, I was flushing the black tank at our last campground. Jackie noticed water, a leak coming out from underneath the camper. I shut everything down. I pulled the wall out in the pass-through storage so I could see into over the top of my tanks and all my plumbing. And I could see that the water was coming down from a couple of PEX lines that ran up into the camper. Well, one side ran to the black tank and the other one came from the Nautilus. So that was the black tank flush, and that's when I figured out there must be a valve or something up there, probably some type of backflow preventer, and that's when I went shopping for that. So that was the beginning of the story, and you'll see the rest coming up here. So I've removed this check valve / backflow preventer / vacuum breaker. You can see by the arrow the flow is supposed to go towards my thumb, which would actually go to the black tank flush. So the water from the Nautilus system comes in the bottom here. Now, there's a check valve in there. You can see down below there's a ball or a spring or something in there. And it's supposed to prevent any pressure or any water from going in this end from the black tank side and getting out here to the water side. Now, there's also a flapper up top that allows for vacuum breakage, and if it does backflow, it's supposed to leak and not go back down through anyway, but that's contingent on, you know, gravity pulling the upper check valve back down. It's not really complicated. I'm making it sound that way. Anyway, the problem is I can blow in this end right now and air comes out here. So there's definitely a problem. I'm gonna see if I can get it apart and figure it out. So here's the check ball, and there's a spring that holds it in place, and this sleeve holds it inside the valve assembly, so in here. And I had to actually get a small screwdriver and clear out around this ball for it to come out of there. It was stock, and it was stock, you know, partially open. And this is what I got out of the valve. They're little pieces of, I don't know if it's calcium buildup or stones or whatever, but that's what was keeping this from closing and causing the leak under the camper. So now that I've got everything cleaned up and got those stones or whatever they are out of there, calcium or whatever, I'm gonna put the clean check valve in. I'm gonna put the spring in. I'm gonna put the sleeve back in. It was real easy to get out of there. Of course, it can't go anywhere when the PEX line is hooked up to it anyway. So now I'll check and see if I can pass air through it like I was able to before. I wouldn't do this, but it's sanitary. I sanitized it before I started putting my lips on this thing and blowing into it. Yeah, I can't pass any air through that, so I'm very confident that the problem's fixed. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in, check for leaks, and move along with my life. Okay, running the flush right now in the black tank, and there are no leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and button this thing up, call it done. Well, we're at A-OK Campground in Amarillo, Texas. We had over a 3-hour drive to get here today, heading west on 40. And it was a windy day. It wasn't too bad, but I could definitely once in a while feel the wind in the handling and the sway of the fifth wheel. But as you can see, this is what we were dealing with. But we're safe, and hopefully tomorrow is another day because we're just overnighting here. Well, all of a sudden, I just got hit in the leg with that. Here, I'll show you. Look at the scratch. Oh my. There it goes. Bye, tumbleweed. Headed for Tucumcari, New Mexico. This is a view from our site in Blazing Saddles RV Park, Tucumcari, New Mexico. Tucumcari is located off I-40 on historic Route 66.
One of our favorite things to do in these small towns out west is try to find the murals depicting the history of their town. These artists are just fabulous. I love looking at all the history and their interpretation of what happened in their town, showing their culture. It's one of our favorite things to do. So I highly recommend that you drive around the town and check out these amazing murals. This is Dell's Restaurant. Dell's has been a fixture of Tucumcari, New Mexico, and well-known restaurant on Route 66 since 1956. The restaurant was owned and operated by Dell Aiken until 1978, until he sold it to his secretary, Jessica. We had a great breakfast. There's lots of room in the dining room, great gift shop, lots of fun stuff to see. Historic Route 66 sign, loved that. Lots of mugs if you do that kind of collecting, and the Mexican pottery, one of my favorite things. I love all the colors. They had a huge selection. Well, you know, living in an RV, you can't get that kind of stuff. But if it's something you're interested in, this is the place to go.
After leaving Tucumcari, we traveled further west on I-40 to Enchanted Trails RV Park and Trading Post. We spent 3 nights here. Great park, full hookups.
So in the gift shop, they have the old-fashioned sodas and plenty of hats for Route 66. I love the old-fashioned style. I've said it many times. I was born in the wrong time, even though I love my 80s music. I love everything about the retro style. Pinball machines, asteroids. They collected so many cool things. And this is the Christmas tree in the middle of the park. Then the best part of the park for me was all the retro cars and campers. Just love them. We'll go through a few and take a look. This is the smallest one of all of them on the lot, and it's still super cute. It'd be great for a weekend, but it's amazing to see the difference and how far they've come along. Okay, camper number 2, 1956. Let's check this one out and see what it's like on the inside. Door was a little stuck for me. Okay. They love flowers and the retro velvet chairs. That dog scared me when I first opened the door. How funny is that? And once again, the refrigerator, the television, all the things that they've collected to make these a lot more authentic. And a tub. My camper doesn't even have a tub. Perfect for the getaway back in the day. It's actually quite spacious. Dishes, obviously not microwave, but the stove. I love all the wood paneling. It's in great shape. 1974 Silver Streak. Love the outside. The giant handle. Let's check it out inside. Oh, cool. All right. Everything teal. Oh, yeah. The copper canister set. Old-fashioned stove. Once again, well, obviously the refrigerator isn't, but the detail that they put in finding things like the teal dishes and twin beds. Oh yeah, I would probably fall out of that now. And the whole back of the camper is the closet space and the bathroom. Really spacious for that time. And this giant behemoth. I can't imagine pulling this. This had to have been something that was probably like permanent. Did you ever see the movie, The Long, Long Trailer with Lucy and Desi Arnaz? If you haven't, you got to check it out because this reminds me of it. Once again, the teal. The lamp reminds me something my grandparents had. And of course, the classic wood paneling. Check out that TV. Kind of cool. Wow, vacuums back in the day. I'll never complain again. Teal stove. Obviously, you weren't getting phone calls in the camper unless it was permanent, like your home. More of the copper and the teal things. And check out this bathroom. Pink toilet. Pink tub. pink bedspread. And the tufted headboard. That was classic for the time. Definitely reminds me of the old days. Like my grandparents' camper. And then we got this little cutie. I love Airstreams. Every time we see them, we always comment. Okay, the color scheme in here is not one of my favorites. I'm not really into the orange and the avocado green, but it's still cool. Refrigerator, check out that. Stove and the oven. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. The little fringed curtain, they're making a comeback. Little lamp, and yeah, that bed seems really small. Or maybe I'm just getting too old and big. This is by far my favorite and Ron's favorite bathroom. It's just cool.
We enjoyed our 3-night stay at Enchanted Trails. One exit down to the west was a very nice casino. We spent some time there and had dinner. Good time. Latest campground. I picked up all this stuff out of my site. The worst thing, this piece of steel wire raise havoc with a tire, wouldn't it? We need to make campgrounds clean again. I think if we all do this when we stay at a site, it'll get better every time. We'll set the example and others might join in. New Mexico, Albuquerque. Yep, that's hail. Marvelous. Hail's getting bigger. This was not predicted. Oh, it's getting bigger yet. Oh my. Seems to be letting up, let's hope. Woo! Now the water is washing down the road in the campground. Whee! Snowballs in New Mexico. Look at that. Mr. New Mexico Snowman. I just call him Albuquerque. I'm melting. I am melting. A beautiful rainbow after the storm. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. And also, click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when new material hits our channel. From Rohn and Jacki at HEISTMAN'S Hit the Road, have a great day and thanks for watching.